got him, y'all. It's the champ, Shannon the Cannon, and I'm with the real champ right here. The best. When it comes to boxing and interviews, no one's better. So the question I want to ask you, champ, is this. How does it feel? Right now, you're the talk of boxing. Everyone wants to interview with you. Tell me about it.
I did not know that, Shannon. I live in this world. I travel wherever the fights are, and you know what? The fact that you want to talk to me is enough for me.
You're the best.
All the years we've been doing this,
You're the best.
every time I see you, your energy is top. Your positivity is off the charts.
Let's go,
You've
champ.
always got the quotes ready.
Let's go,
so
champ.
I take inspiration from you.
Nah,
so
you're the best. You're the best.
Whatever people see of me is because I'm getting that energy off of you.
Man,
This is
you're the champ for
it's
real.
one of my favorite guys to talk to.
Let's go,
and we are
champ.
here in Dubai. I mean,
That's
it doesn't
right.
get more beautiful than Dubai.
Not at
And
all.
You know what? I gotta tell you something. You know, these fighters are not the top names in the sport, but these are some really solid matchups
They are.
and some hungry guys.
That's a fact.
So I know if you're out here saying "Let's go, champ," there's
man.
got to be some future champs coming into that ring on Friday night. What brings you out for the IBA and this particular card?
Well, you know, to be honest with you, man, I'm so excited about what's happening worldwide with boxing. As you can see, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. I have some relationship to all of it. You know, I started out with Jake Paul. I started Jake Paul out, and Mike Tyson lived right across the street from me growing up as a kid. Riddick Bowe lived upstairs from me as a kid. Zab Judah down the street. Danny Jacobs down the street. Curtis Stevens down the street.
That's a dangerous neighborhood,
It's
man.
a dangerous. And now we got our
can't get
rising
home with your
stars.
lunch money
I'm
in that
telling
place.
you, boy, it's hard to live out there. And now we got Bruce Carrington.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
so
Up
we
and
on the
coming.
road. Brownsville,
Yeah.
baby.
That's right. That's right. So, all right, you want to talk about Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Listen,
Yeah.
you're not only the one that started that, kind of calling people out, you know, saying these guys have to fight. And
Yeah.
they would have been thought of it as a crossover fight. But now that table has been set. That mark has been made.
I'm telling you.
Who is it that you still want to face? Who is it that gets you excited to lace up the gloves today?
Everybody. I'm so excited about boxing right now, champ, to be honest with you. I'm so excited. I mean, look at it. We here in Dubai. Look at this, champ. Can
Yeah,
you
I
beat
know.
this?
I know.
I mean, worldwide boxing is taking like a big step towards being back on the forefront of sports. And I'm super excited about that. And I'm looking for a big return in 2025.
There was a lot of criticism about that Tyson fight.
Yeah.
People, once we actually got to see it, were disappointed in what we saw. What did you think once the first bell rang to the last bell? How were you feeling?
You know, I was happy for Mike, to be honest with you, to be at 58, 59 years old and to be able to make money for his family. That excited me. I foreseen this years ago when I was working with Jake Paul and Logan Paul, and I said to Jake one day, you know, I thought he'd be fighting Mayweather. And I said, you'll fight Mayweather. And I told Logan, one day you'll fight Tyson. And he looked at it and they thought I was crazy. I said, no, I'm telling you. But it happened, but it happened in
The
reverse.
other way around.
It happened the other way around. So, man, what can I say? I mean, honestly, I tell no lies when I say I told both of them, one day you'll fight these guys. But again, it happened in reverse. And I'm super excited because as I know, man, I know this boxing thing, man. I know boxing.
Well, you heard Beterbiev call out Jake Paul.
Yeah.
You think you should take that fight?
Not at all. Not at all.
We heard Daniel Dubois call out Jake Paul. You think you should take that fight?
Not at all.
Who do you want to see Jake Paul in there with? That's legit. Like, you know, that would quiet the critics.
I really got to give it some thoughts on that, to be honest with you. It's gonna take me, a day or two because you know Jake's a different type of guy. He's a guy that's more like entertainment, and you know who can fit the bill. Like I'm not to say he can't fight because I always thought he could fight. He got something, you know, he got a little something. But Logan got a lot more, to be honest with you.
You think Logan gets back in the boxing ring? He's a WWE superstar now.
He should stay there, but if he was to, but he's not. I'm not gonna say he's hungry enough, but he can really fight. I'm not gonna lie, he can really fight. He got some skills.
Well,
but taking him from the gym to the fight is another story. I mean, can he do that? You get what I'm saying?
Well, let's talk to some guys who can really fight at the professional level, at the elite level. In just a couple of weeks, we're going to see the rematch of Usyk Fury. You know, that to me, that first fight was a razor's edge. Both guys were hurt at one point. Could have gone either way. We didn't see any knockouts. But next time out, what do we see?
I think you see a better Fury. In better shape, more focused. But we have the question: is he on the decline? Because we seen the Ngannou fight. We know he wasn't in the best shape. But then you see the Fury fight. So what can he? The Usyk fight. What can he do now? What can he do different besides be in greater shape, be more hungry? Can Usyk be better than he was?
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know. So this is a great fight, a question mark. Now, if Fury can get the win, it makes for a third fight, which will be great as well.
Based on what you saw in these last 2 fights from Fury, is he on the decline?
That's the question. That's the question mark right now. Is he on the decline? You know what I'm saying? Because Turkey paying big money, and sometimes money softens some guys, makes them a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? They start seeing the finish line. Like, you know what? I get 1 or 2 more of these, I could walk away, and it kind of leaves your hunger. But I've been watching some film study of him training, and I've been impressed. I see him running hills. My boy Finelli, he's running hills. He's doing everything that he needs to do to possibly, make it the thing with Fury is, the thing with Usyk is, he's in incredible shape. Unknown, unheard of condition. You got to be able to go that 10th, 11th, 12th. Can you win those rounds with him? Those are the tough rounds.
Whoever wins that fight has an outlier in that the IBF is now in the hands of Daniel Dubois. You saw Dubois against Joshua.
Couldn't
I
believe
didn't get to talk to you before.
Couldn't believe
it. What couldn't you believe?
I can't believe it. Here's a guy who got punched in the eye by Joe Joyce, and he quit. And he's a guy who, although I thought in that Usyk fight it was a legit shot, he took that loss. I think he took another loss as well. He took a few losses.
It was just those 2.
Just those 2?
Yeah.
Okay, well, again, he came back like it was no tomorrow. Like it never happened. And that's impressive to me. He's a guy who, it might be more than 2, I'm not sure, but he's a guy who showed me that resilience. He's a guy who showed me he's tough. He bounces back. So that, he impressed me. And plus I seen him young as he was coming up, and I didn't think it was anything like special about him. Just like nothing. Just a regular, fighter, regular heavyweight. But he's shown me something. He's shown me that he's gotten better. He's shown me that he's resilient.
How much do you make of the influence of trainers? Because the difference between the Joyce fight and the Joshua fight was Don Charles in his corner, and it appeared to have woken up some new kind of beast in Dubois. He was a huge underdog in the Joshua fight. Do you think that plays a role?
Of course, everything plays a role, man. I'm talking about with the sneakers you wear, everything you do, the food you eat, how you sleep at night, everything counts because it's a tough business, man. Everything's on the line. And one punch, champ, one punch can change your life, or one slip. Listen, if you slip or you block, it can change the difference in your whole life in regards to where your kids live at, what schools you go to, what kind of car you drive, your zip code. Everything changes with a slip, a block. You get what I'm saying? So he's shown that, man, he can come back, and he's gotten better, man.
What did that knockout shot, that big right hand from Joshua, from Dubois, change about Anthony Joshua?
Well, see, another thing with Joshua, he's a guy who's shown you as well. With losses, he came back from the Ruiz fight. He came back with the losses to Usyk. He's bounced back, so it shows you he can be resilient as well. What I always say about these guys is, man, these guys make a lot of money and they still fight. A lot of times when you get that money, you lose your hunger. Not these guys; they keep coming back and keep fighting. So I'm impressed with that.
Joshua rematched. Ruiz won it, rematched Usyk, didn't win it, but now has chosen to not rematch Dubois. Does that mean anything to you?
Yes and no. Yes and no. What it means is that he's not interested in that right now. He's looking at something else, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say no, because he's looking at something else. It means something because as your legacy goes, you lost to this man, he's from your country, you need to knock him off so people know who's the King of England.
Beterbiev, Bivol. Big controversy first time out. Who do you think won the first fight?
I'm going with Bivol the first fight.
So you think he got robbed in that first fight?
Yes, champ. Yes, champ.
So in the 22nd of February, they're going to face each other one more time. Who wins it then?
Bivol. Well, I got to be honest with you. Let me take a step back. Not an easy fight to pick, to be honest with you, because both guys fight the way they fight. Styles makes fights. These guys are going to fight the same fight. Now, can Bivol stay busy he's going to win the first couple rounds. Because Beterbiev can't warm up like that. He's going to win the first couple rounds. In the middle rounds, when he starts catching on 7 and 8, 6, 7 and 8, can he be strong then? And then those finishing rounds, can he finish strong?
Do you think that fight is you say they're going to fight the same fight, but I think Bivol has to, if he's not knocking out Beterbiev, what do you think he has to do to edge it on the judges' scorecards? If he should have won the first time, what does he have to do this time to get the judges to put him down the win column?
I thought he won 7 rounds of the last fight. He's got to win 8 or 9. Yeah.
On the same card, we're going to see Dubois and Parker. Parker's on a win streak. Dubois on a win streak.
Yeah.
What do you think?
That Parker's something else, boy. That Parker's something else. He hard to handle because another guy took his losses like a man, and that's what I'm saying. That's what makes boxing different today. Back in the days, a loss meant it was almost over for you. But nowadays, these guys take a loss and they bounce right back, and that's how boxing should be. These guys fighting and staying busy and staying fighting. So he was the first guy, really, of this current era to me that would take a loss and come right back, take a loss and come right back and get a win. By the way, you know what I'm saying? So I'm super impressed with him. Can he beat Dubois? He possibly can, but it ain't as easy as we say. As I would have said Parker all day before, but now Dubois has changed. He changed up, man. He got better. And
before I let you go, Manny Pacquiao
champ.
was here in the building. He was on the stage. We can't not talk about the legend.
You seen him? You seen him?
He wants to climb back in the
What?
You want to see
What?
Manny Pacquiao lace him up again?
I gotta see him lace him up, Grant. Come on, man. He's the greatest of all time. How could you not want to see Manny Pacquiao? I'm serious.
Okay, so there's a big debate going on. Who's the greatest of all time? Whether it's Pacquiao, Mayweather, who won that rivalry? Whose era was the best of those two?
Yeah.
Where you coming down?
I think it's about a tie because Pacquiao's opponents were much tougher than I would say Mayweather's did. But about a tie because Mayweather was always at that stardom point. HBO, pay-per-view. Not to say Manny wasn't, but Manny had a lot tougher fights. I'll be honest with you. And it's timing as well. I think the timing when they fought was perfect for Floyd, and it wasn't the same for Pacquiao. But Pacquiao's an unbelievable fighter, one of the greatest of all times, and I'm super excited about him returning to the ring possibly.
And lastly, before we go, obviously the way that Turkey Al-Sheikh and Saudi has entered the world of boxing has changed a lot. Like we're talking about seeing these fights when we want to see them. The rematch happens immediately. Now the IBA is coming in with these incredible matchups with these fighters that are in tough and in early.
Yep.
What do you think now about this era of boxing and how these two influences have changed the sport from just a decade ago?
Yeah. It's amazing, champ. I mean, you shout out to Turkey and shout out to IBA, man. Look what they're doing. Look where we at, champ. Come on, man. We right now, the smack dead middle of Dubai. Great fights coming on. Like you said earlier, it's not the big names, but it's good fights. And there's excitement in the air. I'm excited. I hope everybody back home is excited. It's going to be a great fight. And I think what Turkey and IBA is doing, man, is great for boxing. Boxing is back, man, thanks to these guys. And hopefully next year they'll give me a shot.
And Shannon, the cannon, is back.
That's right.
As always. I want to hear you ringside. Let him lace up. Let's go champ on somebody. Let this guy knock somebody out so we can sit him down finally at ringside with a microphone.
Yeah.
And then he can be sitting next to me. We can get all these fights talking
right here.
That's
my boy.
Radio Rahim with Shannon the Cannon.
Let me get a Let's Go Champ.
Let's go, champ.
Ooh, Rahim. Let's go, champ. You're the best. Thank you so much, champ.